What is up, everybody? Jambeth here, and welcome to another scary game. Today we're playing Decrypt. A freight ship, the ISS Trevan, is found abandoned in a fringe system thousands of clicks off its original course. Its crew was missing. The GIS Trade Federation believes that the crew has abandoned the ship to evade crippling trade fines in a brutal interstellar economy. You are a data forensics officer assigned to investigate the vessel and find out what really happened. But what you will uncover in the Trevan is a far more insidious and horrifying truth. Like that. Yeah, so this game called Decrypt. It's about space ghosts. And we're gonna jump right into it and get scared. I should record while it's dark. We'll see. A classic sea freight vessel on routine cargo run fails to arrive at its destination in Zebebulus, whatever, 3. After repeated failed attempts to contact it, the GIS Trade Federation reports it missing. 72 hours later, the Trevan is found drifting near a fringe system and is thousands of clicks off course. I already said this, but I'll say it again. Its primary power systems are offline, its comm channels silent, its thrusters dead. Floating along. There is no perceived activity on board. Its crew members remain unreachable. So far, this game looks pretty good. Don't mind the messed up hay. Okay. Is it voiced or is it read out?
Well, will you look at that?
Whoa.
A generation
Yeah,
of
would
one
you look at
V2
that?
manufactured freight vessel. Never thought I'd see one of those still operational. That ship's practically a relic. I'm surprised the FCA renewed its registration. So, you got the brief, right? The ship didn't turn up at the Zebulus 3 spaceport. A couple of days later, a merchant freight transporting minerals to the Expo Belt spots it on radar. It appears to have lost power and coasted a couple 100,000 clicks off its original course. No comms, no signs of the crew. Looks like they abandoned ship. Can't say I blame them. The GIS fines for delayed shipments due to avoidable technical faults are brutal. It would have wiped out the crew's pay for months. Abandoning the ship and claiming that their lives were at risk due to a technical failure gets them off the hook because the insurance companies take the hit. And with a ship that old, it'd be hard to prove otherwise. The system's messed up, what can I say? Now we're left to clean up the mess and file the paperwork. The Traven's crew is still at large, but our patrols will find them. They're probably at a cantina somewhere in this sector. We'll try to get the truth out of them, but I don't have much hope. You know the drill. Once you're on the ship, head to the bridge and extract all the primary logs you can get. Any evidence we can find to tell us what actually happened will help us close this quicker. I'll call you soon as you're inside.
Thanks. Rushia, or I'm just gonna call you Nair. So far, this game's fantastic. It's threw me out. I love when I see like these smaller indie games from like single developers or like a couple people. They have voice protagonists, antagonists, NPCs, whatever you want to call them. That is extremely quick, but I can't do nothing about that. I'll try to be as slow as possible.
So, the bad news first. The schematics we have on file for this ship's model are so old, they're obsolete. BT stopped making these in '09, and it's been modded beyond recognition over the years. So, you'll have no nav map assistance on your HUD on this mission. Sorry about that. The good news, however, is that this ship's layout should be pretty rudimentary. This maintenance hall should lead you out to the ship's primary quarters and then to the bridge. Take the large bay door up ahead and keep moving towards the front of the ship.
Yes, ma'am.
Since the primary power is down, a lot of the subsystems won't be operational, but most doorways should still work. I'll check back with you in a bit. I'm gonna see what I can dig up on the crew. Might give us a clue to what actually happened here.
Thank you. I'll be right to it. LSS controls. Well, I'm sorry. Biocode.
More bad news. The security systems on this relic are so archaic, your override tool's master key bank doesn't have its decryption sequence.
Found that out the hard way.
I don't think our algorithms go back that far, but that's not a problem. You'll just have to find a terminal on the ship's network that's still online, and then you can mine crypto keys to complete the missing chains. You should also be able to pull out encrypted messages from the comm system, which will be helpful.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm adding a crypto keychain module to your tool belt now.
Well, thank you. Oh, good. There's a sprint. I don't like the sound of that. Crypto mine, give me them keys. A lot of noise. A lot of like sound effects. It's pretty cool. They're in the ship. That's what Manu said yesterday at the mess hall. I noticed he wasn't eating, just staring fixedly at his food. His face was pallid. He told me he wasn't sleeping. Well, the noises, don't you hear them? He said. Noises, I said. The thuds, the groans, he said. They're coming from the very heart of this vessel. I told him that I heard them too, that we all did, and that they were just the sounds of the bones of this old ship settling, the tectonic shifts of metal plates long past their prime. But he seemed to barely register what I said. When he looked at me, his eyes had a fixed quality that I didn't much care for. He said they're on the ship. Just that one cryptic sentence. I want you to see him, Doc. I'm worried about him. He hasn't been himself since we started this run. Space ghosts. This ambient noise is like just very loud. Press L. I got a log accessor. Can I get in here? Success. Oh, that was loud. Knock it off. Power failure. All right. Thank you. Another message. Terminal 4 is still crapped out. I swear this junkyard ship is falling apart. The power fluctuations and network failures are growing worse. We flipped back and forth to backup power a dozen times already since we left Nagari, whatever. At this rate, we won't make it halfway to Zebulus. So, the temporary power rig you set up for Terminal 4 is still missing a power cell. You told me you'd put one in yesterday. I guess you forgot. Can't say I blame you. What with all this shit going down. Could you replace the cell, please? There's a spare in the locker in storage. The locker code is 4121. Got it. 4121. I don't like the rumbly rumbles. Like that should be a job for like more than one person, but you know, it's just me. I'm gonna do the ringtone right now. Oh. Scared the ass out of me already. Which one's on out still. It's barely there. Two crypto keys. Message obtained. Morning, Richard. Manu's condition concerns me. He facilitates between nervous energy and a kind of sullen silence. His pronouncements are growing increasingly dire and nonsensical, and he exhibits a high degree of paranoia. He says they are down in the cargo hold. He seems to be withdrawing into himself. Doc saw him earlier today. He said he'll give me an update soon. It's odd how Manu is so troubled by those noises. They are, to be honest, disconcerting. George said that sounds have a way of resonating in an old ship like this. He says they're likely originating from the cargo hold below, where the ship's core structural spine is, and traveling through the air ducts. Nia, any luck on those records? I want anything you can get on the history of the ship, who owned it before Navo, who was the last crew, how long since its FCA approval, and so on. We know the ship is pre-Garrett War, which makes it about half ES century old. The bizarre power fluctuations and the random failing subsystems bode ill. The ship was perfectly alright when we left Nagari. If they've dumped a crippled vessel on us to balance their books, I'm going to have heads roll at the GIS. I won't risk the life of my crew for the sake of their stupid corporate fuckery. I'll say the F word, fuckery, you see? I don't want to go. More stuff is gonna scare me. You fucking think? I don't like space ghosts. This game is actually extremely... Took 2 keys? This game's atmosphere is extremely terrifying. Oh, that's... No. 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 Space ghost? Ghosty go. Something's gonna pop out on me. I'm gonna crap my pants. Hello? Okay. Keep going. Actually nervous. Like, actually very nervous. I've tried everything, boss, but I'm not able to figure out the power issue. All systems are testing fine at our maintenance tools. It's fucking infuriating. And now we have the leaks? I have no clue what the foul-smelling green stuff coming out of the vents is. Rico says it's... Rico says it looks and smells like the acid fertilizer they used in the fields at his home world. But that's ridiculous. We ain't carrying any such thing in our cargo. Even if we were, if there was a leak from one of the containers, the stuff wouldn't flow into our airflow system. Also, I don't know how to say this, boss, but the crew are a bit jittery. This is just a small vessel. There's just 10 of us, and it's not like this is our first run. Some of these guys have been on trips past the Zven systems, but this ship has some bad mojo. The way Manu's going off his head, and now Rico says he saw something yesterday in the corridor. He looks shook. And you know Rico, he's as steady as stone and always thinks he's right. So I went and checked. I didn't see anything. Not then. But the day before, while I was surveying the vents, I swear I saw something moving up there in the dark. Look, I don't know, boss. I hate to sound like a green foot, but I ain't at ease either. Something about this ship ain't right, and my sleep ain't working. I keep waking up and I can't remember what woke me. Oh, it's getting good. I have no idea how long this game is, by the way. It's just a demo, so... But so far this demo looks fantastic. I got 1 key, so... Data? We use it on the door farthest away from when I saw movement. Medical? Yes, medical. Gotta get medical supplies. Definitely. Gotta be healthy with your Dora band-aids. I have no idea what's wrong with me today. I feel like I'm on crack. Oh, what the fuck was that? Hello? Ma'am? Ma'am? Ain't shit here. This place has been ransacked. I remember numbers for lockers and stuff. The pain of my existence. Message. It's a lot of messages. I'm gonna do a lot of reading today. Arun, I had Manu come in today. He tried to avoid the appointment, which I was expecting, so I had Nia escort him here. It's hard to say no to Nia. You're right. It's shocking how sickly he looks. He didn't talk at first, and when he finally did, he begged me for some tacrozonics in whatever that is, 500. Better known as a blank slate among the rec drug kids and as deep out by the guys in the military. But I digress. I told him we can't issue out a sedative that strong without good reason. He said he sure as hell had a good reason. I haven't slept in days, he said. Why not? Haven't bad dreams? The reason I asked him that was because I had 2 others come in with the same complaint. He said, yes, I think so. I asked him what the dreams were about. He said he couldn't remember, but I sensed he was being evasive. When I probed, he said, they're in here with us. Who? I asked. At first, he did not reply. He stared into a corner of the room, and at the beds, finally, he turned to me, and his eyes locked with mine, and he said, we should never have set foot on this ship. We shouldn't be here. That's scary. I must admit that a chill went down my spine. Something about this whole business is troubling. I checked his vitals and they were fine. His blood pressure is a little higher than normal, but I would have been surprised if it weren't. He's lost some weight and he's exhausted, but at least physically he is fine. His condition appears to be a result of sustained levels of high anxiety bordering on paranoia. I prescribed him half a dose of tacrozablablabla. He popped the pill right here before I could stop him, so I sent him to his room. He was so distracted that he left his access key to the network data room here. I asked Nia to move it to the locker in stock so someone can pick it up in case we aren't here. Nia reset the code. It's now 11:09. There was definitely a lot of reading. I need to find stock. Is it gonna be like a psychological horror thing, or is it like a survival aspect? It's tech. $11:09 in the stock room. I pick something up. What's gonna happen? I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really on like some serious anxiety right now. This game is actually pretty fucking terrifying. It's so quiet. All I hear is just the brrr, like vents and air. All I can do is read. I can even have to do that. Cap, the security systems are failing one by one. We've got doors suddenly completely inoperable, and then they return to normalcy minutes later for no apparent reason. The system diagnostics reveal nothing. I'm switching all doors from biorec to manual access keys. The others aren't going to like it, but till we figure out what's causing this, I'd feel better if we kept the protocols basic. I suspect the green fluids that coming out of the vents is seeping into the ship's electronics, although if that were so, everything would be shorting out by now. Jorig is doing his best to keep the ducts clean, but the stuff just keeps coming back, and it's driving him crazy. Oh, excuse me. I don't mean to cry doom, but the way things are going, it's possible that all primary systems may fail before we reach Zebula. If you ask me, the ship should have never left Nagari, but I saw the GIS report with my own eyes before we left. They cleared the ship to take off, and their diagnosis were legit. All systems were a go. 20 years in ship system ops, I've never seen anything like this. It just doesn't make sense. Something is seriously wrong with this vessel. I don't just mean the electronics. You see the look in everyone's eyes. No one's sleeping, right? And no one will talk about it. Jorg saw something in the air ducts, but he wouldn't say what. All I know was that he looked more perturbed than usual. I've seen something too, Cap. I can't even explain. Something unspeakable in the shadows. I don't want to see it, so please don't let me see it. Because I will crap. Ah! Just so dark, scary. Access override. 2 crypto keys used. Ebis. Oh, what the fuck was that? You just gonna play that off, my dude? I would've just fucking did. So, it's not looking like Space Ghost. It's looking like Monster Ghost thingy. It's the Ooga Booga Man. Cryptic message. Most of the terminals have gone offline again, Cap. And 1 or 2 have shut down completely. Everyone's dumping on me. But what can I do? I still think something is getting at the wiring. I tried to get Jorg to take a look, but he's too busy trying to keep the LSS going. And he's so stressed he yells at me if I talk to him. We got only 3 terminals operational on the line, and now Terminal 7 is powered down too. I managed to set up an auxiliary power rig, but we're short of a cell. I had loaned one to the med room last week. Could you get Jorg to collect it and hook it up when he has time? He won't pay me any heed. You can take it from the med locker directly. Doc won't mind. The code is 1234. Nice. Yeah, I know, but Doc asked me to keep it simple. I almost missed this terminal. I would have had to walk around finding out what the fudge to do. I am seriously concerned about the way things are going. The ship's practically falling apart around us. I can't risk this anymore. I've told Nia to put out an SOS signal and to flag down the first passing ship. I know that this will result in all kinds of trouble with the GIS. Those ruthless bastards. They'll try to pin a failure run on us, accuse us of pulling an insurance scam, and then hammer us with fines. That's okay. I'm not going to risk the lives of my people. And then there's the other stuff. Manu hasn't left his room in 2 days, and the others are rattled and on edge. I don't care what this is. Collective hysteria? Lock-in syndrome? What matters is the incidents. I don't know what else to call it. Are growing more frightening. There can be no more denying it. Something isn't here with us, and it means us great harm. Don't say that, because when you say that, it means it knows that I know that, and now it's gonna come after me. I don't want to go under that grate again. Please stay away. Game just got me so on edge. The fucking door scared me. Oh my god. This is how on edge I am. I got scared by a fucking door opening. Ooh! What the fuck are you? Hide in the locker. Can I just leave? Can we not? Are we not going to talk about this, man? I don't even know the dude's name. I'm just gonna business as usual. Yep. All the power's gone out. Business as usual. Whatever the hell that fucking thing is. Okay. Offline. Talk terminal. Keep it going. Another encrypted message. Boss, I think the engines are getting affected now. Did you feel the hitch an hour ago? It's fucking crazy. And did Nia tell you about comms? I'll let her give you the bad news herself. I don't think we're going to get this SOS out. Also, you need to talk to Rico, boss. He is getting on my nerves. Keeps asking me to check every damn duct in the ship, and I already got my hands full. Also, why did you let him alter the security protocol on every damn door? He's turned off BioRec and switched to physical access keycards, like we're back in the 22nd century. He says he wants no one anywhere without a physical keycard on their person. I added an extra word in. This is causing havoc. I've already misplaced the access key to my room somewhere. I think I left it in the showers. Now I need to waste more time finding the thing. Also, have you seen Manu anywhere? He's not in his room, and Doc said he shouldn't be wandering around because he's on pretty strong meds. If you see him, tell him Doc's looking for him urgently. Thanks. Whew. Anything in here? I guess this. I was gonna take 3. Yes, 3 keys used. Oh.
Hey, I've been trying to reach you. Something is interrupting comms out of that ship. If you're seeing this, listen. We tried to locate the crew. We put out a bulletin at every system in this sector, but we came up empty. We traced the course of the tavern, and not a single vessel rendezvoused with it since it left Nagari. It looks like the crew never left the ship. I've requested Det 2 to take over this investigation. This isn't a data ops mission anymore. Abort and head to the nearest airlock. There should be one by the bridge or down in the cargo bay. Listen, there's something else. I've looked up records on this ship, and here's where things get really strange. It appears this isn't the first time there's been an incident witnessing it.
Hey, yay. I'm not going in the fucking bathroom, I can tell you that. Terminal, anything? Of course. I can tell that's gonna play a part in me shitting my pants later. Please, just have nothing chase me. I have to go in the bathroom. No, because he said he left the key card in the fucking showers. Oh no! Where is that key card? I don't know what room that was to. I didn't read it. I'm gonna assume it's the only room in this corridor. No? Oh no. This is a I don't have any keys. Bloop. I don't remember what that key was for. Why can't I just go back the way I came? Room 2. Hey, more narrating. This is gonna be a long game. Didn't anticipate that. I don't want to cut it in parts though. If I do, I'll record it in one long run and I'll just post them in separate days. Back to back. How can a person go missing in a confined vessel in boundless interstellar space? We searched every corner of this cursed ship and there's no trace of Manu. He had grown more withdrawn over the last few days. When I visited him the day before, I noticed a smell about him. It wasn't just the stench of unwashed body, but something lower, an animal smell of desperation. He stared past me into the corridor when I tried to talk to him. None of the escape pods have deployed. They're not even operational now. So he has to be on this ship, except he isn't. I saw the raw panic in his eyes of the others. Some of them are urging me to turn the ship around, but the state it's in, we're not going to make it back. Nia is working on getting the SOS out, but comms isn't fully operational yet. More troubles. We're going to do everything we can to find Manu. He has to be here. Meanwhile, the sightings are getting more frequent. The nature of the encounter is more horrific. What have those things done to Manu? Where have they taken him? For I have doubt in my mind that they are responsible. I can sense a growing malevolence, a kind of hunger. God help us. I have given standing instructions to the crew until we know how to deal with them. If you see one of those things, run. Do not engage, turn away, and run. That's what I'm doing now. You don't even have to tell me. I'll do that first. Fuck you. Please. Fuck you. Fucking knew it. Room 5 access card. I knew I was gonna have to run from something. As soon as you get an option to hit shift and run, that's it. You run. Fudge. Rico said he's seen Manu heading down towards the cargo hold, but we checked. The power grid is almost completely shorted, so there's hardly any light down there. Those horrible sounds seemed louder down there, but no sign of Manu. I'm still not able to get comms back up, so this SOS isn't looking likely. I can't seem to isolate the problem. The electronics check out okay, but all we're getting is static. It just doesn't make sense. Everyone's seen those things now, and the encounters are more violent. Jorg thinks they're coming through the vents, but I'm not sure. They seem to appear out of thin air. There's something else. Just before comms went down, I got a message back from my contact at the GIS. I just saw it now. It's the records of the ship's history you'd requested. I'm poring over them, and I'll send you a summary shortly. You're not going to believe what I found. Please don't be outside there. Scary games are good for my heart. I love them too much. They're fun. Oh, it's still fucking dark. Whatever little chance we had of getting the systems back is gone with Rico. The engines are dead, the nav systems are shot, and we're coasting. Heading off course with comms down, we're incommunicado. You can't even get the escape pods operational. Now that Rico's missing, I want you to do everything you can to keep life support systems running until we can find a way off the ship. Rico had the key to the 4 LSS room. It should be in his locker along with a spare power cell. Get the key in the power cell and head to the 4 LSS room and try to get at least one terminal going. Since the trouble started, Rico moved to room 3 in Wing B. He didn't want to be near Manu's old room. He had handed over all the codes to me yesterday, just in case. His locker code is 9971. Jorg, be careful. Was that room 3? Please, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't you fucking dare. You ass. You ass. Flashlight doesn't help much. Please? Leave me alone? I don't want to be food. Whoa! My God! My asshole was clenched so tight. Whoa! There were multiple? What the hell happened? Alright, just sprint straight to the room. I'm sorry. I know I'm quiet, but like... Oh no, I can't go that way, I gotta go the other way. Oh. Right? No, fuck, I was going the right way. I got like a fucking heart rate monitor. My anxiety, oh my god. This game's got me again. Long one too. Please, leave me alone. I haven't been in room 5. Or room 2. I've been in room 2. I haven't been in room 5. So I'm like getting lost. I'm losing track of what the fuck I'm doing. Please leave me alone. Oh, God. Oh boy. guys. Alright. I got away, but I'm trapped in the med bay. Doc's not here. I hope to God he's okay. You haven't found Rico yet. I have no idea where the others are. I last saw Jones and Summit in the maintenance hall an hour ago, but no word from them since. So, about those records. I learned that the ship was purchased from BT in 2395 by the Onus system. The Onus, if you remember, were part of a rebel movement out of the Pexus Belt. For nearly half a century, they invaded and conquered dozens of worlds on the outer edge of the belt. The government was theocratic. They followed a creed that espoused rigid social segregation based on genetics. They believed that one's genes, or rather specific codes in our genomes, defined one's worth and place in society. The fact I can pronounce those big words. You know how I feel about that? Genetics, race, eugenics, it's all the same. Just another instrument that humans have used since the dawn of time to oppress and exploit the other. The ideology is a thin cover for profit. Every member of the Theon society and their colonies, every man, woman, and child were put into a social order, and the lowest strata was the slave. The Theon's subjected their slaves to all manners of atrocities. The slaves had their wills and bodies broken. They were not allowed to marry, but were instead bred. Generations were born into bondage. That's terrifying. Despite pressure from the center, the Theons refused to give up their devastating enterprise before the Garrett Wars vanquished their government. They had enslaved and sold thousands across the stars. This vessel, the ISS Trevon, was a slaver ship. Its cargo bay, a slave hold. Its purpose was to carry its ill-fated cargo across the interstellar space for trade and profit. After the war and the decimation of Theon government, the Trevon disappears off the records for a time. It reappears nearly a decade later. It had been sold for a pittance to off-world merchant traders who renovated it and used it for interplanetary cargo runs. Over the years, the ship changed hands frequently, often abruptly. There are records of it being abandoned briefly at salvage, docks to be scrapped, and there are other stories, whispers of bizarre incidents, crew abandonment, illness, deaths. The crew before us did just a single run before they sold it to an N-tier dealership. They then sold it to Navo. Navo made a killing on the deal, and that's how we're here. But there's more, sir. Something far worse. During its slavery era, an incident occurred on the ship so horrific that I could find nothing about it in the official GIS records. My contact dug it out of the wire. I'll tell you more when I meet you at the bridge. That is terrifying. Please. Leave me alone. Fuck off, please. Not doing it. Nope. This game is long as ass. I'm gonna have to cut this apart. I'm gonna have to cut this in 2 parts. Yeah. Does this save? I don't want to quit the main menu. There's checkpoints, right? Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna have to cut this into 2 parts because it's getting a little long, but really long. I'll probably end up finishing the rest of it later, but I have some stuff that I need to take care of. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more. I will be playing more scary content. I have a huge backlog of like 20 games and a couple different folders. As far as the VR scary stuff goes, I'm trying to work that out. Oculus sucks right now, and the microphone doesn't work on the headset, so I have to find sit-down games to use this guy right here. But please, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the bell if you want. I don't know. That really doesn't play a part for me right now. Maybe later on. But you guys have a very scary night.